Morning, everyone. It's Whiskey Tango Fox here, back with a Farming Simulator 19 episode, I guess, if you want to call it that. I wanted to bring you guys in because I think today I need to get into some tree removal, and we may do a little landscaping or whatever. Um, we've already done a little bit, and I'll show you that once we get back from the store. But on our way up here, I just want to stop and say thank you guys for your support on these videos and everything else like that, and keep doing what you're doing. I hope everyone had a good holiday, and I hope everyone's Christmas was everything they thought it would be. And yeah, so we did some stuff, and the mistakes were made. All right, let me go ahead and get that out the way first. Mistakes were made. So in order to fix our mistake, we did a thing. And I'll show you what that thing is when we get back. Now, right now, we're going up here to pick up some of our simple logging stuff. And it's only just to get, trees out of the way. We're not looking to sell them right now. We don't really have any way to transport them right now to get them sold. So we're going to be doing, just getting them out of sight, out of mind kind of deal. You know what I mean? So we picked up a few things. Now let's jump out of here and see. So we picked up a front end loader for our Valtra. Yeah, Valtra 234. And this guy right here is a stump cutter. Pretty awesome looking dude. Big old blade under in those chains. Now, I'm pretty sure these chains are to prevent, they're there to prevent, like, sawdust and everything, and saw chips flying everywhere, so that's pretty cool. And then this guy right here, the bane of our existence, is the tree picker-upper something. I'll show you what they are in here. Let's see, forestry equipment. So, our stump cutter, which is the ST65T. It's going to go on the back of our Valtra, and then our long neck Combi Plus is going to go on with our front end loader here. Now, the difference between this front end loader and the other one is all horsepower requirements. So this is the FZ30, and this is the FZ60. So we just went with the bigger one, just, because in the future we may need it for something else and we want to have that. So let's go ahead and come in here. Now it's going to get dark on us because we're at 120, getting fields ready for harvest. And before we do remove these trees, I want to make sure that, we have our harvest done, and we'll go ahead and sell that. That way, we have the space and we can see. Because at least with our harvest in the way, we're not going to be able to see anything. Go ahead and grab that. Now, let's see. Select tool. I know we have, I know we have a brighter light. Alright. So, the reason why we're doing some tree removal is because apparently I can't figure out why our sprayers and our seeders and now I know that's the stump cutter. Okay, select tool. Can we rotate this in? Oh, I hate these things. Select tool. Nope, that's stump cutter. Alright, let's lift our bucket up. There. Now, that's just for driving purposes. It's going to be a little squirrely, just because it's making the tractor top heavy. But I think we'll be okay. Can't see. So, there's some trees in the way. And our harvester is skipping over things. Our sprayer and our seeder and cultivator are skipping over things, and it's kind of getting irritating. Oh. Yeah. That just happened. Now how do we flip this? Hold on. Let's see what we can finagle here. Let's lift the tractor with this one. And... oh, maybe that's not the way to do it. Oh, we almost got it. Dang it. We would flip a tractor on a small, tiny turn like that. I don't want to reset it though either. Oh. Yeah. That's right. Luckily we had the freaking stump cutter. So we may actually wind up lowering our front end loader down just a smidge. And then what we can do is lower our stump cutter. Get us the lower center of gravity going here. Actually, let's lift that just a bit. Yeah, I knew we was going to be squirrely. I didn't know we was going to be squirrely enough to fall over. What the crap? But we got it figured out. Hydraulics for the win. So, yeah, that's another thing I don't like about, this whole setup. Now, there's other logging stuff, but that crap is expensive. And I don't know if you noticed, but in the top right, we're sitting down at a look 26,000, which would be okay if we didn't waste a ton of money messing up with landscaping. And I'll show you guys once it turns day again what happened. But we screwed up. All right, I'll be the first to admit it. We screwed up, and then we tried to fix it, and then we screwed up again, and then we tried to fix that and screwed up some more. And the story goes like that. So let's get in our harvester and see what's up. Toggle lights. Go ahead and get him started. So if you look at our map, right? Maybe not there. All right. If we look at our map, okay, you'll notice something. L2, R2 to zoom in. So this is supposed to be 3 fields, right? Yeah. Okay. We were having an issue over here where the combine would just stop and it wouldn't harvest this area, and then he wouldn't harvest this area here either, this whole strip. And so we did the landscaping tool and we made all of this smoother, and hoping that was the problem, that there was a big old drop off over there, and he just wasn't doing his job over there because of that. So as you can see, our field, well, 3 fields, are all now connected into one. So this one little tree right here has got to go. I'm not going to mess with those trees over there too much. They're not really doing anything. We'll ride the harvester down so I can show you what I was talking about. As far as, him refusing to harvest, it's really weird. Like, there was nothing really too bad about that area, and it doesn't make sense why he wasn't harvesting. But he wasn't, and he would just stop and then miss a whole spot and then turn around and continue about his day. Now if you look to our left here, that tree right next to the field has got to go. I need to figure out what's going on there, why everything just doesn't want to go near there for some reason. It's like Bermuda Triangle of fields right here. I've never had this much problem. But now if you remember, let's get out of the field. Before we did our landscaping, as you can see, there's no grass or nothing. This was a huge steep hill. And see, now it's not, which is great. Combine. Combine. You missed like 2 plants, 3 plants. Crazy. Anyways, so we took the landscaping tool and we smoothed all of this out. Like, this used to be a big old mountain. It's no longer a big old mountain anymore. And, you know, that was fine, right? Well, that was fine until our landscaping tool cut into the field and just basically ruined the field. And I ruined the field over there. I ruined the field all the way through here. And I completely nearly ruined 25. It was ridiculous. So this tree, yeah, okay, yeah, it's this tree. This tree right here's got to go. So what we can do is rotate our chainsaw into a usable deal. And hold on. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm a crazy person. Alright, so we want to cut this tree down right here. We're going to leave enough stumps so we can see where the stump is when we're done. But this tree's got to go. And if we run, well, you don't run with chainsaw. Now, I'm not going to cut that tree down until he's finished in that area. But there's some trees up here that's got to go. All 3 of those. That one, and this little one that's in the way. It's got to go. They're preventing my workers from actually doing their job, and we can't have that. Nope, go this way. Can I not cut? Oh yeah, I can. I just had it. Oh, so glitchy. Cut that down. Yep. Now we'll cut the trees down as the harvester goes through, because obviously he's going to be doing some crazy stuff. Let's put that away. He's going to be doing some crazy stuff. We're going to be doing some crazy stuff. So while he's harvesting, and he's going to completely miss this patch for some reason. He won't harvest this. And I think it may have something, 1, to do with this tree, and 2, I don't know if you can see this, but this terrain right here, it's got to go. It's got to be smoothed out. I don't care what happens to it. You know, it's got to be fixed. So let's grab our Voltra and our odd setup. Put these back where they belong. Alright. So we do not like the log grabber. Mainly because it's horrible. I don't know if it's like supposed to be that way or what. It's just gross. So, alright, let's see if we can get a good picture here. Let's rotate down, move forward a little bit, change tool, and firmly grasp it. See what kind of gross crap we're talking about here? Look how buggy that is. Now, like I said, we're just dragging this out of the way for now. Probably drag it behind our barn here. That way we can harvest it later. Just right now is not the time or the place. And we don't even have it. What the crap? Okay. Come on. Before our harvester gets back over here and realizes what we're doing and can't do his job. Grab you. You know what, let's raise our front end loader. There we go. And back her up. Now, we need to go empty our grain truck too while we're at it. Ugh. So trippy. There we go. This one. And we'll just leave that there for now. And probably have to grab a small tractor to empty the combine. Now you see what it's doing? Hold on. Why is it backing up? There's plenty of room. Dismiss worker. There's plenty of room there. So this is gonna irritate me. Hold on. Lower header, turn on harvester. Harvest that. Now, combine, I need you to do your job. See, it's not even like steep or nothing, so it can't be this side anymore. Now, you know, if you would have asked me, well, what about, you know, that side earlier, then I would have been like, yeah, it's probably way too steep for the combine to go down. He's probably dragging header, you know, bending stuff, whatever. Now, if you harvest, look at this. If you harvest the guy, or you hire the guy, he doesn't. He's like, oh, I did not know that I missed the spot here. Like, I had no idea. You know, lazy worker don't want to do your job. Now, we've harvested this once. I think we planted oats there before. But, man, I see. I'm coming. Go ahead and unload that for me. But yeah, we did harvest. We got a little money. We wound up paying off some debt, but we wound up having to take a loan because when you landscape, it costs money. And I was saying that, you know, earlier, you've got to be careful when you use the landscaper because it will take all your money and you won't even know, you know, where it went or what happened to it. So just be careful with that because we had to take out another loan. More loan now that we got to pay off. And, you know, stuff like that. Alright, so now that he's past that area that they just refuse to do anything with, he should harvest normally. Now, I haven't had any issues with like the new plow spots. Because I don't know if, yeah, here we go. Now if you look here, there's a road that's supposed to go straight through here, all the way to the other side. Okay. And it doesn't, because I plowed it, and then I sowed it, and so we tried to, I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if it was just this field, but I wound up actually messing up all 3 fields, so I had to redo them completely. And it may work out in our favor. You know, now we have more space. You know, now we have more to harvest. Now we've got, you know, that stuff. But it's still more money to sow, more money to, you know, weed and fertilize and lime and harvest and all kinds of craziness. So we'll see if it's going to pay for itself. And, you know, eventually we're going to have enough money to start moving over to better fields anyway. But I'll bring you guys back when it's daytime and when we get back on to actually cutting these trees down and that harvester's finished. Welcome back. So harvester's just about done. Let's go ahead and grab our chainsaw back out. Smash this tree down. See if we can get a good line here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and cut this. There. Put that away. Now, I'm pretty sure we can't actually. We may have to bring this guy back out. We can't grab this tree at the base. For some reason, the way these are set up, you got to split them in two like that. Alright, and then kind of finagle them. I think what we're going to wind up doing, actually, is we may drop our stump cutter for a second and pick up a weight. There. Because this thing likes, I don't know, it's like really tippy. Let's see, go back over here. Straighten this guy out. Let's lower. There we go, drop. And we'll pick up our weight. That way, you know, we won't be, I don't know, I guess not as top heavy. There. So with this, we have to do, you know, two runs, and I think, yeah, we'll have to do it again for those two trees, but we won't necessarily have to do it for that little one in the corner, which is okay. You know, I'm not too worried about that. These trees right here are so glitchy. Let's see if I can get her straight here. Now, alright, so we're kind of on it, but we want to move up just a little bit. And that one. Let's close her up. And can we lift? Yeah, we can lift. Alright, so we got her flipped. And now we're going to try to grab it from, I don't know why I'm doing that, grab it from this end. Because all we want to really do is drag it. And I'm not trying to pick it up or none of that craziness. Can we? Actually, I can do it from here. Rotate that down like that. There. And then we open this up. It's broken, so we'll lift it, drop it back down. Move forward just a little bit. And now if we close it, it should grab it kind of properly, right? There. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drag it. Oof. Try to drag it back behind, you know, the barn with the rest of the stuff. Try not to run into anything in the process. And we may be okay. Now this part isn't so bad. It's, you know, the grabbing the stuff with limbs and everything else that, you know, we have a huge issue with. Alright, so let's open this up. Lift our thing. And then we'll come back over here and grab the second part. Yeah, like I said though, for some reason, like, the combine, the harvester, everything else just does not want to go in this area for, you know, whatever reason. Now as you can see, we're kind of glitching out there. So let's see. Alright. Let's see what we got going on here. Maybe I can grab this limb over here. Go ahead and close. And we don't have it. Nope. Let's see. Lift. Lower. Super glitchy. Lower it down again. Maybe we got it there. Hopefully. Close her up. Alright. And then drag. Now it's gonna look weird until we can like delimit and stuff like that. Can we zoom out further? Thanks. Now, this is the easiest way that I found to move trees and get them out of the way because they're just broken. The trees in this game are absolutely broken. I don't care what anybody says, and you know, you could be the greatest logger in the world and these trees are still gonna give you, look at that, look, we can't even like drag it up here properly without it glitching off. Go ahead and raise this, see if we can't get another bite. Open our claws, lower her down just a little bit, lower her down just a little bit more, see if we can grab onto that, pull her over. So it's gonna look like a big mess at least until, you know, we get finished. Pretty sure that's open. Stuck. There we go. Okay. It's just going to be a huge burn pile in the back of here. Now let's lower this back down. Pick this back up. Just so we can drive. So what we can do is, since our stump cutter is over here. Oop. Now let's see if we can't do this like without messing it up. Tool, detach. Can we detach this or no? If not, that's okay too. We should be able to connect up to this, all weird and janky, and then come over here and clear this stump out. Now stump cutter is fairly straightforward. It's not really something you can mess up. Raise the stump cutter. Okay. Yeah, it's not really something you can mess up. Now is it glitchy too? A little bit maybe. Oh, we almost had it. Hold on, let's turn that off and get a better angle, because we seem to be on a hill. If you can help it, do this stuff without hills. Let's move this guy back over, lower her down. Okay, move her forward. There she goes. And done. See, stumps aren't really the hard part, you know. I don't have issues with those. So, straighten her up, lower her down, lower, and detach. Oh. So... What the crap? Okay. Lower. Detach. There we go. So freaking buggy. Alright, let's try to get our claw back on. Now I'm wondering, actually, hold on. Let's do this. And detach our weight. Now, I'm pretty sure we can put our weight on the front and then our grabber on the back and be able to drag, you know, that way. Maybe. Is it going to be easier? Probably not. Let's lift that just in case, you know, we run into that same issue that we just ran into with the log, or I don't know why I keep saying log cutter. It's not a log cutter. Tight quarters. Great. Alright. So I think we should move the harder trees first. Yeah, I think that'll be a thing. Alright, grab our chainsaw out. Rotate her the wrong way, because, you know, that's how we do. Now, can we... Yeah. So I kind of hope it falls towards the hill, and it may not. Okay, so it is. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Rotate our saw again. Try to get a good view here, and chop this part. And technically we just died. I'm just saying. There's no way we would have survived that rollover. Alright, let's see if we can't get a hold of this bigger part of the tree and start dragging it out. The stupid part. Because now we're on the stump. Let's extend this out. Pull up a little bit and move over, because that stump's not going to let us go anywhere near that. And I think that's as far as that goes out. Okay. Now... So I think technically this is supposed to go on the front loader, but it doesn't. Yeah. Open this back up. Lower it. Probably drag it in a little bit. Oh, you're going to be irritating, aren't you? Okay, detach that. Select tool, detach that. And then we'll flip them around. So yeah, it's going to make us reverse drag all of our stuff. Which wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so glitchy. I mean, it wouldn't be bad at all if it wasn't so glitchy. Let's get our front loader here. Get her attached up there. Drop it down like this. There. And select tool, lower weight. Let's see if we can't get a hold of this thing. Somewhere in here. Open that up. I think that's another thing too, like there's a ton of buttons that you gotta use. Let's back her up just a little, just a hair. Now are we over that or no? Alright, we may be over it now. Nope, we didn't grab it. Dang it, man. Hold on. Change that. Jump out of here. It's gonna get really irritating. I don't want to cut that off. I just want to delimit. Well, that just happened. How do you get these limbs off of here? You're gonna make me cut every single tree. Hold on. Gonna irritate the crap out of me until I just cut you to pieces. Like this. Rotate you. Make 1,000 trips. Just to move a freaking tree out of the way. This is why I don't like logging. Make things so difficult. Here we go. Alright, let's try this again. Bet we got it now. Oh. Yeah. So let's grab the bigger part first. Close up on it. There. We'll drag it with the rest of the stuff. Crazy, right? The weirdest freaking way to remove trees in the world. And maybe we're doing it wrong, you know? It's like I said, you know, we may not be doing it the right way, but we're doing it the only way that makes sense. Instead of spending, you know, $1 million on some other, you know, tree removal stuff when we may not even get into that. I'm sure we will. Like, I'm just frustrated at the moment. I'm sure we'll get into, you know, logging, stuff like that. It's not too bad once you get the hang of it. It's just the initial getting the hang of it part. So I'm gonna finish removing the rest of these trees, and I'll bring you guys back when we're finishing up with the stump cutter, and yeah. So I'll bring you guys back. Welcome back. So we finished getting those trees out of the way. We finished getting the stumps cut up and stuff like that, and gotten those out of the way. But we still may have a slight issue. I don't want to remove this other tree, but if you look here, you see how steep this incline is? I think we'll have some issues with that. So if you go into your landscaping tool, we don't want to paint, and just start from the top. You can kind of lower, now watch your money though too, because you can kind of lower this entire area. But if you want to lower the area, don't necessarily click lower, because if you do that, you see what it does? Like, it creates these really jagged areas that takes up a lot of money. So you just kind of want to hold triangle if you're on PS4, kind of just smooth it out and work your way from the top down to the bottom. Because if you work from the bottom to the top, you'll actually start raising the ground, and you don't want to do that, if especially if you're trying to like lower an incline, obviously. Like I said, what you can do now, this is going to take a lot of money. See our money just dropping down crazy. Alright, so let's see. If if we work this side down, another thing we can do is get rid of all of these bushes, hopefully without messing up our crop space. Because I don't know about you, but the bushes are super annoying, and I don't believe that the mowers can't take care of those, and that's ridiculous. So it kind of basically forces you to either plow the area and plant grass, which could be a big pain, or you can work in landscape mode and do it this way and just get rid of them. I'm not even worried about it. If I was going to do grass, I'd do it in a different field anyway. So, as you can tell, it's going to take a lot to, kind of smooth this whole area out. But it shouldn't, it shouldn't be bad when we get done. It'll more look like, more or less like a rounded hill or something like that. Not too bad. Now, as you can see, we're still holding triangle, and you can see as like the ground is kind of lowering itself there. You just kind of want to bring it around until it's either easier to work in, or it's not as bad. Or if you've got the money, go ahead and flatten all this crap out, and you ain't got to deal with it ever again. It's just my opinion. But yeah, the tree is so annoying. Let's rotate over here. Get some of this stuff, start back at the top and lowering the next section down. And it's basically kind of like painting, directly on the map, or terraforming, I guess, if you want to call it that too. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and I think we just raised a spot there. But yeah, it takes a ton of freaking money to do this. Excuse me. Yeah, and we don't have a ton of money. So we're going to get it down, a little bit. Something bearable, I think, would be okay. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. All right, be right back. Welcome back. So yeah, this is what happens when I start messing with things. So we were only supposed to do a little landscaping and a little terraforming, and we wound up taking out like half this mountain. Or not even mountain, like huge, massive, giant hill of like no reason. Anyways, so we cut it back, I don't know, what is that, like 20 meters? Around 20 meters, we cut it back just so we can get, the combine in and out of there, which was the biggest issue to begin with. And our sprayers have issues when they come into contact with hills. So now what we're going to do is we need to weed this. Actually, we might as well just start sowing again. So we'll start sowing. Do I have a tractor that's on that? No, I don't. So what is this? This is our de-weeder. Yeah, this is our de-weeder. So what we'll do is we'll lower, drop, and then we'll use this guy to actually start seeding our new plant. So the last plant that we did was oat, and I didn't really show you guys that because I told you guys I was going to be doing some more harvesting and trying to get some money out and stuff like that, and getting that loan paid off that we got. So we didn't quite get into that. We spent more time than necessary trying to get this landscaping stuff done, just so in the future we don't run into these same problems where we're not. Let me line up here. Our workers aren't stopping randomly. They're not doing stupid things. Let's go ahead and get him started. And it's been a pretty big issue. Like, you lose a lot of time having to go back and do things yourself because your workers just refuse to do anything, in an area like that. And we may actually have to weed. Dang it. Okay. Let's see. So this is fertilizer. Okay. So what we can do is lower, detach, and so what we'll do when we when we de-weed is we'll actually start on the other side of the field, and then eventually they'll run into each other, which is gonna happen. There's nothing we can do about it. And when that happens, we'll just de-weed as they go. Now it doesn't look like there's any weeds here, so what we can start here. Well, I think we should start on the other way and come back. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be way easier for our tractors to get in and out of here and turn around and do all the stuff that they got to do. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it's practical. So that's all we're looking for. We'll get into pretty once we get better at, the whole terraforming gig or whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and get him de-weeding. But I have major issues. But we do have some, and we're gonna fix those errors, and we're gonna iron out all these kinks. Now you see, why is he doing that? Dismiss worker. This is a part of the regular field too, like the old field, and they still do it. And I don't know, like, what the deal, or what the deal is, if I could use words properly. Super weird, super interesting. Wasted a whole bunch of money, and they're still going to do the same thing that they were doing before. Go ahead and hire him again. Okay, so while they're doing that, let's look here. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Something about... Oh, it's like glitchy. Something about this area. Let's go into landscaping. Where are we at? Pull this over. Now, make that smaller. Now, like I said, I don't know. Like, it's not even that bad. It's worse over there, but yet they just do not want to farm here. How much if we raise it? Oh, it only raises it a little bit. Raise it up just a tad. And then we'll smooth that out like so. Try not to get into our field there, but it may be unavoidable. I don't know, it's like I said, it's so weird that they don't want to do anything here. Like, they don't want to harvest or anything. So weird. We have to raise that again. Smooth. Smooth, raise, smooth, raise, smooth. Raise. Oh, see? And that's the crap that we ran into the last time. Okay. getting out of here. Who's obstructed? Dismiss worker. Fold him up. Let him continue with his business. Unfold the sprayer again. I don't know, super weird. Like, maybe this field is bugged or something? Like, I don't get it. Like, even before we started terraforming, even before we started doing all that stuff, they still, you know, would not hit that area for God knows why. Strange. Anyways, so, oop, 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 careful. So we're gonna let our sower seeder do his deal, and when he gets finished, we'll go ahead and fertilize and stuff like that. And I'll bring you guys back when it's time. All right, see you in a bit. Welcome back. So it's been many hours later. We did a thing. Sold some stuff, bought some stuff. We picked up a new tipper, and because our old one wasn't really keeping up with what we had to do. Now, this one's okay, but our Valtra T234 has a little, I don't know, it struggles. It struggles trying to take it, you know, where it needs to go or whatever. And I feel like we need to be working on getting a wider seeder. Like, this one's okay. This one's dirty. But this one's alright, but it literally only takes up, let's see if I can show you. What is that, like 4 meters? Yeah, maybe 4 meters if that. Starts around here, around this way, and then it takes up just this little space. Now, if you notice, our field is now huge. I kind of want to get into, you know, sowing this field a lot faster. Obviously, we don't have the money right now. We'll have to get into that on the next one. But I've literally been logged in for over 6 hours right now, just trying to get, you know, a little bit of money up. And it's, I mean, it's going. We spent some money, obviously, on the new tipper and on an upgraded one of these guys, the lime sower. And we sold our weeder, and we sold our sprayer, and I think we sold a Fiat tractor too. Yeah. So we sold those guys. They weren't absolutely necessary, and plus, you know, we're just, right now what we're doing is we're just paying off a loan. So we're working for the loan right now, and we're not working for us. And once that loan gets paid off, then we'll start being able to work for us. But so far, well, the fields are ready for fertilizer, so that's something. There we go. So I've started actually seeding and plowing, and, well, not plowing, but seeding and harvesting from this side, just because it's easier just to get the tractors to and from. Now, so far, our landscaping has kind of held up, you know, really nicely, so we're not too worried about that. Obviously, when we get some more money, we'll do that a little bit more. But I think that's all the time I have for now, and we'll definitely pick this up on the next one. I'm going to be running, you know, a ton more harvest through this field. Sowing, you know, well, yeah, seeding, freaking growing, fertilizing, liming, harvesting, the works. And, you know, I'm not going to get into all of that in a single episode because, like I said, literally we've been here for 6 hours. So anyways, if you guys like this video, you know, go ahead and leave a like on there. If you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. It'll tell you well, for the most part, it'll tell you every time I upload a video. For the most part. I've had YouTube kind of jip me a few times, on people that I subscribe to. But otherwise, it's generally okay. Now this is our only problem. The sprayer here, before we go, the sprayer here likes to go all the way down and do nothing. So this is the only time we actually have to really turn him around, which is cool. Anyways, like I said, if you guys like it, like it. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. You know, I'm here, and I want to put out stuff that you guys want to, want to see. So if you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, or just let me know. Anyways, like I said, that's all I have, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all later. Now if I can get this freaking field sprayed properly.